What's going on, fight fans? Dana White just dropped an absolute bomb on us. 3 new title fights for January, February, and March. First, we have Dricus Du Plessis taking on Sean Strickland. Then we have Ilia Topuria versus Alexander Volkanovski. And in March, we have Sean O'Malley, the rematch versus Chito Vera. These are 3 great title fights, great headliners to kick off 2024. All right, I'm going to break down these 3 fights. We kicked 2024 off with UFC 297, Sean Strickland versus Dricus Du Plessis. A lot of people thought Khamzat Chimaev was going to come in and get that title fight after beating Kamaru Usman, but I think UFC and the brass there thought because he beat a guy who's a 170 fighter and Usman, that Khamzat's got to beat someone else at 185 to get a title shot. And Dricus Du Plessis definitely deserves it, in my opinion. What he did to Robert Whittaker was pretty unbelievable. I mean, Whittaker's lost before, but Du Plessis dominated him on the ground and just beat the living dog shit out of Robert Whittaker. So this is going to be a really, really fun fight between Dricus Du Plessis and champion Sean Strickland. So I think there's 2 ways this fight plays out. I think Dricus is going to go for the takedown early, try to get Sean Strickland down to the ground and pound him and control him for most of the fight. But if Sean Strickland is able to get up from some of these takedowns, because I think Dricus is going to get him down at some point, but can Sean get up? That's how this fight's going to be decided. And if Sean gets up and he's able to put a pace on Dricus, we have seen Dricus gas in fights before, especially that Darren Till fight. He gassed pretty early. So Sean Strickland has some of the best cardio in the UFC, right? So if he's able to, mitigate some of those takedowns, get up and keep this fight standing, Sean Strickland has that definite chance to win this fight. Dricus just looks so good against Robert Whittaker, man. And Robert Whittaker's a really good striker, and he's got pretty good wrestling and takedown defense too. So it was so impressive. I can't believe Dricus beat him the way he did. I thought Whittaker was going to win that fight. I thought it was going to be a grind him out fight, but man, Dricus was so unbelievably impressive, as was Sean in defeating Israel Adesanya. But I just think Dricus has more ways to win, and if Sean Strickland wants to kind of march forward, that's going to fall right into the takedown. That march forward kind of pressure fighting works really good against guys like Israel Adesanya because there's no threat of the takedown. But if he's going to just wing punches, man, Dricus is going to take him down. He's going to control the fight. He's going to work some elbows and some ground and pound. I'm going to go with Dricus Du Plessis to win this fight by decision. But I think it's going to be a very close fight. I think it's going to probably be 3 rounds to 2 Dricus, and he's going to be the new champion at 185 pounds. Then in February, we have UFC 298. Alexander Volkanovski defends the 145 strap against Ilia Topuria. I think my take on this fight is going to surprise some people, but I think Ilia Topuria is going to beat Alexander Volkanovski. There are a few things that concern me about Alexander Volkanovski going into this fight. Okay, he just got KO'd in October. Bad. Like a bad KO. Smashed in the dome. Out, dude. He got KO'd horribly. And it takes a while for the brain to recover. And Ilia Topuria is an absolute assassin on the feet. He's got really, really good hands, and he punches hard as fuck. Way harder than a guy like Max Holloway. And Alexander Volkanovski is very susceptible to getting hit. And most of his fights, he gets hit a lot. And Topuria, if he lands on the chin, I think it might be lights out early for Alexander Volkanovski. And another thing that especially concerns me of this fight is in the post-fight interview with Volkanovski, he kept talking about how his mental health has been suffering by not having a fight. And we all know, I would say the fight game is like 80% mental and 20% physical. If you're not in it mentally, and if your brain is not in a symbiotic relationship with your body, I think it's going to be hard for him to win this fight against Topuria, man. He definitely seems like he's battling some demons. He's having some inner turmoil that's kind of going on with Volkanovski right now. And I don't know if 3-4 months is enough to kind of clean the slate, come back from a KO, get right mentally, and defend against an absolute assassin and Topuria. I'm going Ilia Topuria with a 3rd round TKO stoppage. The last fight Dana White announced is UFC 299 in March. Sugar Sean O'Malley taking on Chito Vera for the 135 belt. The rematch is here, guys. I just watched the first fight, and both of these guys love to switch stances. they're like a mirror image of each other. It was a great chess match the first like 2.5 minutes of the fight. Around the halfway point of the fight, Chito Vera landed that leg kick behind Sean O'Malley's knee, which kind of pinched that peroneal nerve and gave Sean O'Malley that drop foot. O'Malley tried to fight through it, but he ended up tripping and falling back, and O'Malley's ground game off his back is not too good. So Chito Vera landed a bomb of an elbow and put him out, and Sean O'Malley lost his first fight in the UFC. Sean O'Malley in the beginning of the fight was kind of getting the best of Chito Vera, especially with those leg kicks to the thigh, to the calf, and the body kick. And then around the middle point of that fight, Chito was starting to figure him out, and that's when he landed that leg kick to Sean O'Malley's knee that hit the peroneal nerve. But this fight, I think, goes the distance, guys. And does Sean O'Malley have enough in the gas tank to get through 5 rounds? I think he does. I think he proved that in the Peter Yan fight, that he's willing to go to those deep waters. And in that fight, Sean O'Malley was actually the bigger guy. He's taller, he's longer, he's a little bit heavier, I think, too. So I think Sean O'Malley's going to win a decision here, guys. A pretty one-sided decision, maybe 49-46, Sean O'Malley to take the decision, guys. I hope you liked these 3 predictions I have for these next 3 title fights coming up in 2024. They should be a lot of fun, guys. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. We'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace!